It's Lucy here.
And Kelly.
And welcome to another episode of Life is Sweet. So today is gonna be the day that we finally get round to answering your questions, your twin questions. We asked you a while back on Twitter if you had any questions to do with us being twins. And we are finally getting round to answering those questions today. So we are not going to waste any more time. We are just going to jump right in. So first question is from our very dear friend, Dirk Feelgood. We love you, Dirk, and we miss you. Dirk has one of the cutest babies I've ever seen in my whole entire life. She's not actually that little anymore, but she's adorable.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi, Betsy. Hi, Dirk. Dirk's question is, what are the major differences between you, and do you find it weird or ace to disagree?
We do have a lot of differences, but we always say the similar ones are like music tastes. Lucy has a few different music tastes, but saying that, we have differences, but then if Lucy will introduce me to the bands that she listens to that I don't, I'll start liking the bands that Lucy likes. But same
Some
with
of them.
Yeah, some of them, and same with books, because obviously we both read a lot of romance novels now. We both really like romance novels, but then Lucy's a bit more into like American literature, and I've tried and not succeeded in reading those kind of books.
Yeah, I'd say like the overall stuff that makes us different is we do have a very different personalities, which is very hard to kind of tell you on camera unless you guys pick up on it.
I'd say you're more stubborn. I'm sometimes more laid back, but then it's weird because our personalities.
She says that, but then she's.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
I was going to say our personalities can kind of swap and change sometimes. Where I can be more stubborn in some ways, Lucy can be more laid back, and then vice versa. So it gets a bit confusing. So
yeah, I think our differences can sometimes lie in the typical music, movies, and yeah, I would say our personalities to some degree.
Yeah. And like, because then the same way you could say, do we like it or do we like disagreeing? No, if we disagree on something, that's when we butt heads and get mad at each other and get like frustrated, and we have to kind of share each other's points. But then in the certain, just I guess, personality traits that we find that we're different, we like that because
we like being different.
Oh, because you could say that like I have a dining room. Lucy has a more modern kind of wrestling like one with her husband, and they have all the cool like wrestling figures. So we kind of differ with even just styles, and we like that because we're both different.
Our fashion sense,
our
fashion sense and our makeup tastes are very, very different. So that's somewhere where I think to look at us, you will definitely see a difference straight off the bat. When we used to wrestle, we would absolutely hate disagreeing with each other, because talk about being stubborn, both of us would be very stubborn in that sense. Like when I think that was the one thing we always laugh, and we always will tell people, wrestling is the biggest thing that we will argue over, whether it's sort of going through a match, whether it's like a storyline idea. Like our personalities and our differences would definitely come out, and I couldn't even begin to tell you kind of what I did more or what I liked more or what Kelly did. But that was the one place where it's like, if we disagreed, we hated it.
Next question is from lovely author Samantha Tong, and she says, do you like the same kind of men? I'd say when we were younger, yes. When we were in school and we had our crushes, yes.
Well, yes, we both crushed on
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Aaron Carter, like, all the same typical, boy band crushes and everything like that, then yes, because and then I guess it's
like even today, today's day and age, if I like Chris Evans, then Kelly likes Chris Evans. If we like Chris Hemsworth, then I was like dead happy the other day because I was watching Rocky and I just adore Sylvester Stallone, but then the minute I show Kelly, she's all obsessing over it. I'm like, give me something, and I'm like, no, but I love him, I can love him too. Like, we do that kind of thing, and she's like, no, I'm gonna do, and I'm like, so I claim it too. Okay. Next question is, this kind of similar to Dirk in a way, is Craig Brooks asks, hi Craig, you seem to have identical taste in most things, but do you have anything your opinions hugely differ on? If we have an opinion, it's not like we understand each other, like Lucy said before, have different opinions. So we can kind of vary and differ on those, but we'll kind of gradually bring each other around to understanding each other's opinion. We're very good at understanding each other. Next one we'll give for Jeremy Mill. Hi Jeremy. Asks, as identical twins, can you communicate in ways others don't see? Examples. We do communicate in the fact that this is one thing that drives our husbands crazy, and probably everybody we meet. We tend to talk in monologue, and I don't know if you're a twin out there, please let us know if you understand this, or if this is just something really, that me and Kelly need to do and need to stop. But we talk in monologue, so it's like I'll have like things in my head that I want to say to Kelly, and it'll be almost like I'm going through bullet points, and I will tell her everything, and then Kelly can't interrupt.
Nope.
She has to, when I finished everything, then go through the bullet points and kind of say her opinion or what she wants to talk about.
Each of us must go through every bullet point. Like if there's a sentence or opinion I stated and Lucy doesn't agree with me, I have to go back to that and go, yeah, but did you agree? Like she has to at least know I know or acknowledge that I said this thing. Otherwise I'm like, she didn't understand me, she didn't hear me. You need to actually say, like, Lucy, I don't know what you thought of that thing, you know.
But I don't know if that's like a twin thing. See, I don't know. I don't know if that's like a twin thing or it's like in our family in general with like having 4 kids or being Italian because our granddad, bless him, talks so fast and he always wants to talk and he'll put his hand up if you're talking and he'll want to like speak and then he says everybody else talks so much. We love him to pieces. I think that's where we get it from. I think all our talking things does come from him. So yeah, if you're a twin, let us know. Once when we were younger, we did create like a language through symbols, and because our mum used to, I have all the letters that we used to write to each other in a folder at home because our mum would send us to our Auntie Angela's shop, and as we got older, she would send us on different days. So because we were away from each other for 8 hours, oh my goodness, we would write letters to each other so that when the other one came in the next day, they could read a letter and have something to do at work. But then once we created symbols, so the whole alphabet had a symbol, and we wrote letters to each other with these symbols. Not all the time, I think we kind of wrote a few of them. Obviously it would take a long time. But we did, like, and I had the alphabet matched up to what everything was, and we would write letters to each other like that. So that's a form of communication. So there you go. So yeah, let us know if you're a twin, and if you talk in monologues, if you have it written in symbols, or if you have a secret language, because we'd love to know. Next one. Okay, David McKenna. Hi David. He asks, is there anything about the other twin you'd love yourself? I think this is a really nice question. It is actually very interesting. I'm joking. I always said, and for the longest time, one of the biggest things that I loved and still love about Kelly, even though sometimes it can drive me crazy, I'll explain, is the fact that she is very much herself. Like from day one, she doesn't care to change for anybody, and she's never worried about following like other people or worrying about what other people think of her. Or like, and I always used to say it with kind of like around guys, and when you're going through that age where you're kind of meeting people and you want to impress them, because I think I used to have to, you know, go through the phase where it was like, you get very nervous and you're trying to impress people and you fall into the trap of becoming somebody that you're not necessarily. And Kelly never did that. Like from day one, if somebody did something that she didn't like, she'd either tell them or she wouldn't give it time of day. And not in a mean way, like not this whole badass bitch, I'm gonna be horrible to you, but it was very much like, no, I'm just gonna be myself. I'm not trying to impress anybody or prove anything.
Oh, how sweet. Well, I was going to go for the fact that, obviously, I was going to go for the more fact that when you said before about our styles are different, sometimes I wish I could be a little more focused on stuff like makeup and try harder, and with fashion as well too, because I get very complacent and get very, very can't be bothered, and I know I shouldn't. Like, I've always liked the fact that Lucy will try a little bit harder with things like that, and when we go out, she'll be a bit more out there with the way she dresses or the way she does her makeup, because I sometimes get like, don't care, but I shouldn't, and that's something. And then also the fact that the competitive side of you, where you want to do stuff, and like with wrestling, and she would work hard, and even going back to the fact that recently she got back in the ring again, because of the fact that she wanted to do it. And I guess there's a part of me who always feels like that chapter's closed, and it would take a lot more for me to get in the ring and put myself out there again for various reasons. Whereas Lucy was like, I want to get in the ring and wrestle, so I'm going to go and get in the ring and wrestle. So I really like that about her too. So yeah, there's plenty of things sometimes that we want to be more like each other, and then we kind of accept each other for who each other is as well. And I also think that helps in complementing each other, because we work well together and as a team. Yeah.
Nice question. I like that.
Thank you. That was a good one. Okay, next one is from is it Jaffafa?
So. Sorry if we got that wrong.
And it says, have you ever tried a parent trap style trick on your husbands or family?
The one story we always go to for that is we must have been 13, 14, 15, 16, somewhere around that.
I thought younger.
No, because we just moved house, so it was kind of like we
did it once at our old house too.
Well, I had single beds in my bedroom, and one day, for whatever reason, we just decided we are going to try and trick our mum.
That was in our old house.
It wasn't. And no, it was in the new house. And she literally, we changed our hair ties, like everything, and literally probably put our heads face down in the bed so that she wouldn't be able to kind of see. And we thought, you know, oh, we're going to get her. She's going to come to us. She's going to give us goodnight kisses. And you know, she's not going to tell we've switched. And she literally got to the door. I could hear her coming. She stood at the door, looked into the bedroom, and it was probably dark at this point too. And she goes, why are you in each other's beds? And we just went, okay, give up. Like, we never really thought about doing it much. Like, we had so much of our time was spent telling people and Lucy and Kelly that I think we never really kind of
we're not actually identical. Like, apart from the kids who would see us walk to and from work and get confused, and parents would too. Like, parents would come up to me and ask me questions and be like, hi, and I'm looking at them thinking, I'm so sorry, but I do not know you or your child because I didn't work at the school that Lucy did. But if it's not for things like that, like, we don't think we look alike. Like, our husbands, there's no chance, unless we were, like, I don't know, unless we were not looking at them really, really far away and doing something in completely, like, similar clothes, maybe they'd get mixed up. But once you kind of know us, even, like, we thought that with school. Like, school, you couldn't have got away, I guess, with switching, because unless we just sat in the back of the class and were quiet.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But I think, like personalities were different, and, like, not
how we behave.
Clever, like, our minds and thoughts are very different. So I think our teachers would pick up on stuff like that. And I don't think we'd get away with it. And I think we've always been a bit too nervous to get away with it. Because, and the thing is, we say that, but we've obviously had people say to us, okay, this picture, who's who? Or, so maybe we would be able to get away with it. But we've just never really tried doing it. We did have a laugh recently because in our recent photo shoot of the picture of us like this, back to back with our buns in our hair, we sent it to our dad and our little sister, and Dad said, that's a really nice picture. I know, that's a really nice picture of Lucy. And Jen's looking at him as if to go, well, that's not very nice, Dad. What about Kelly? And she said something, and he goes, Jen, don't be silly. That's a picture of Lucy. They've flipped it and done like something fancy with the camera, you know, like an art thing. And Jen just looked at him like, Dad, that's a picture of Lucy and Kelly. And he couldn't believe it. Like, he was like, don't be silly. No, it's not. And Jen, like our little sister, that's somebody you can ask, because she has never once got us wrong, even from being like a little baby. And she will, to this day, it's like, nope, she knows who we are. And
that's what Mum says, we're chalk and cheese.
Chalk and cheese. So we've never tried it. I don't think we're going to be pulling a big prank anytime soon.
No. Last question.
David T. Hanma. Hello, David. Says, can you read each other's minds? And do you have your own special language? And do you feel each other's pain?
Again, we did the language thing with the whole, like, letters and stuff, and we kind of talk in monologues. Feeling each other's pain?
I don't think so. Like, we've talked before about the fact that if we're upset, like, we know each other's down and you know each other's unhappy, it can kind of make you, like, we really do struggle with the emotion. We really do struggle with the one person being sad, the other person not being able to be happy when the other person's sad. So we kind of struggle with that. But as far as pain, I've sprained ankles, thumbs, and dislocated my shoulder and my elbow, and I don't think you've ever felt it.
No, I think, but then again, it's like how you say feel each other's pain. It's kind of like physically, no. Mentally, it's probably me, like, she's screaming and I'm like, oh my god, what's happened? So that's like, obviously, I don't like seeing her cry or get upset or hurt, so that would freak me, you know, out to no end. So emotionally, it's probably hurts more because of the fact that it's hurting her, but physically, like, nothing to my recollection of, no.
Not in that sense.
No. And also,
reading each other's minds. That just goes again with the fact that we've been with each other for like 28 years. So I think sometimes there are definitely moments on a daily basis where I'll say something and Kelly will say, I was just about to start talking about that. Like when we have our little business meetings and we come and sit down and we're about to go through our notes and talk. We're very much on the same wavelength, and I'll be like, oh, I was just going to bring that up. And there are days when it even kind of surprises us. Like if she walks through the door and she says something, and I was like, I was just going to text you about that. So I don't know if it's so much reading each other's minds, or we are, like I said, very, very
or just maybe sometimes that you're connected in a certain way, and I don't know if that's just because you've been around each other for so long. But I think we are just very connected.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for sending in your questions, and we had so much fun answering them.
Yes. If you have any more twin questions, or you want to see some more twin challenges, let us know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to our channel.
And until next time, keep smiling
and dream big. Bye.